In a forgotten corner of the world, where the mist kissed the treetops and the wind spoke in whispers, there lived a monk known only by his silence. He resided in a humble monastery carved into the side of an ancient hill, surrounded by nature but untouched by time. People came from distant lands to seek his guidance, not because he spoke often, but because when he did, his words echoed long after they ended. One morning, a young man named Ethan arrived at the monastery. His eyes carried the weight of confusion, and his heart the noise of 1,000 unanswered questions. He bowed deeply and asked, "Master, how do I find peace in a world that constantly pulls me apart?" The monk didn't answer. Instead, he smiled and began to walk. Ethan hesitated, then followed, and with each step, a lesson began to unfold. As they reached a quiet stream, the monk picked up a fallen leaf floating gently on the water. "See how it drifts," he said softly. "It does not race the river. It trusts it." Lesson 1. Don't rush. Even time has patience. Just then, a passerby mocked the monk for his silence. Ethan felt angry, but the monk smiled and asked, "If someone offers you poison and you don't drink it, who does it harm?" Lesson 2. You are not what others call you. Their words belong to them, not to you. The sky rumbled with thunder as they climbed a rocky trail. While Ethan looked around nervously, the monk sat under a tree, eyes closed in stillness. "The louder the world gets, the quieter I become," he said. Lesson 3. Protect your inner silence. It's your greatest power. A young girl offered the monk a fruit from her basket. He bowed and received it with both hands. Later, he told Ethan, the value of a gift lies not in its price, but in the love with which it is given. Lesson 4. Give without expecting anything in return. As they rested, Ethan opened up about a heartbreak that haunted him. The monk listened and said, "Pain is like a traveler. Let it sit, speak, teach, and then let it leave. Don't give it a home." Lesson 5. Pain is a visitor, not a tenant. They walked silently along a mountain ridge. Ethan asked, "Do you never feel lonely?" The monk smiled and replied, "When you are friends with yourself, you are never truly alone." Lesson 6. Loneliness isn't emptiness. It's space to grow. Seeing a group of travelers with fancy clothes and loud laughter, Ethan said, "Sometimes I feel left behind." The monk handed him 2 stones, one smooth, one jagged. "Carry them both for a while," he said. After some time, Ethan complained of fatigue. The monk said, "You're tired because you're holding what was never yours to carry." Lesson 7. Stop comparing your journey to others. It weighs you down. They passed a man who once wronged the monk. The man looked away in shame, but the monk bowed in respect and walked on. "Why?" Ethan asked. "Because I forgave him, for his peace and for mine," the monk said. Lesson 8. Forgiveness is not weakness, it's freedom. As the day turned to dusk, Ethan said, "I've wasted too much of my life chasing the wrong things." The monk pointed to a flower blooming from a cracked stone and said, "Even the earth starts over every season. Why shouldn't you?" Lesson 9. You can begin again, no matter how late it feels. Back at the monastery, Ethan asked, "How do I hold on to the people I love?" The monk cupped water in his hands and let it trickle gently through his fingers. "Hold gently," he said. "Love should never feel like a cage." Lesson 10. Real love gives space to breathe, not chains to stay. That night, Ethan sat in silence, not because he had no questions, but because his heart had started to answer them on its own. He came seeking peace in words, but he found it in presence, in patience, and in stillness. The silent monk had spoken not through sermons, but through the simplicity of living. And maybe, just maybe, that's where the real wisdom is. If this story brought a sense of peace to your heart, share it with someone who might need the same light.